Pecha Kucha night that we've had here in Kansas City. We're pleased to welcome all of you to one of our second to last events here at Crosstown.
We have some pretty good content coming up, so I'm going straight to it. Our very first presenter is named Stella Stevens. Stella Stevens, aka Stellabelle, is presenting high dynamic range photographs of the Joplin tornado aftermath. Her video of 2 tornado survivors has caught the attention of the producers of both the Discovery Channel and a British channel called Pioneer TV. You may be able to see her footage on the next upcoming episode of Storm Chasers. Ladies and gentlemen, Stella Stevens.
First of all, I'd like to thank Ryan and Jane for allowing me to have this microphone this evening. And the first image you see here is when I first entered Joplin. Now, I went to Joplin without a GPS, without a map, and against the advice of all my Facebook friends. They're telling me, no, don't do it. There's still tornadoes circling above. And yet I felt this incredible urge and passion to understand devastation and complete horror in a visceral way instead of through a CNN, a box, or a computer screen. I don't really understand why, even now, but I felt this a great urge to understand nature and the power of nature in a visceral way. What you see here is a factory that's been destroyed. This is when I first entered Joplin. I had no idea how to find the main area of devastation. Like I said, I'm not familiar with Joplin, but I just kept driving around until I entered this area. And as you can see, the clouds are very ominous, unbelievably bizarre. And when I saw the clouds and the devastation all at once, I thought, I have to capture all of this right now. I have to show people what it's really like instead of through the news. I feel like the news doesn't really give us a clear indication of really what's going on in the world. So I felt like it is my duty to show people in the high dynamic range. It's a photographic process that it basically takes 3 different exposures and combines them, so you get a perfectly exposed photograph every time. So you're able to see the details that are usually lacking in a regular photograph. The cars, for some reason, attracted my attention because we can all identify with the car. We understand, we all drive around. And this one really freaks me out. I can't even understand this picture. The devastation is total. As I was wandering around, I had lost all sense of reason or logic. I felt like I was in some bizarre science fiction movie where everything has been destroyed for as far as the eye can see. That's what the news doesn't ever let you understand, is that for as far as the eye can see, everything is destroyed. I cannot even fully understand this concept. I mean, even though I documented it, there's been nothing like it that I've ever experienced in my life, only through a movie. But it's different because when you're there, you have these weird smells, and there's like, you think about all the chemicals that are in the air from the factories. A lot of factories were destroyed. This one also shows you the depth of the clouds. That's through the HDR process. It shows you how far the destruction extends. During this entire time, I was expected to find cops or someone stopping me from just going into the areas where it was destroyed, but absolutely no one stopped me. I was driving over down power lines. The power lines were zapping underneath of me. And I thought, where's, the controls? It's a complete anarchy. The reason that no one stopped you is because there was so much work going on. Everyone is, and I'll just stop there. This is Rhonda and Mike, and I did a video of them, and you can see it on my YouTube channel. When I approached them, there was no one else around. Mike was actually in that car. You can see there's a window over there. There's a car, and Mike was actually inside of that car when I walked up into the scene. And their story is fascinating because they were picked up by the tornado and about a foot, and the only thing that saved them was a building that crashed down onto their car, which brought them back down to the earth. The video that I made of them actually was the reason the Discovery Channel has contacted me along with British Pioneer TV, because they want to document this new information regarding all the advice says get out of your car in a tornado. Well, that might not be a good idea when it's capable of sucking everything up. So in that case, their lives were saved because they're in their car. Yeah, that's the flag. When I saw the flag, I thought they're going to use something similar on the news. You know, it's a very standard shot. Of course, I contacted every news agency, including the BBC, CNN, all local news channels, KMBC. No one took me up on my photographs. But on the flip side, Discovery Channel and some British and a couple other places found me. I just thought, you know, this might give people, the general public, a better idea of you know, the HDR process. You know, could give them a better idea of what happened. Okay, so as I'm driving around, I was able to just walk into neighborhoods. I talked to the people that own this place. They had said the roof, of course, just fell off of their house. And as you can see, the picture isn't exactly lined up. Let's see the next one. While I have time, this is a neighborhood here that shows every single house is destroyed, which, you know, it's still hard to get over that fact. I want to first say that my sympathies go for all the victims and everyone that had to go through the terror, but I also want to share with you the fact that we as citizens can report the news on our own terms. We have the internet, and we have a right to understand what is going on in our own way. That's part of why I do all this, because I feel like everyone has a voice now, and everyone does matter. The last thing I want to say is it's a poem by Arthur O'Shaughnessy. We are the music makers and we are the dreamers of dreams, wandering by lone sea breakers and sitting by desolate streams, world losers and world forsakers, on whom the pale moon gleams. Yet we are the movers and shakers of the world forever, it seems. This is by Arthur O'Shaughnessy, and it was used in Willy Wonka, my favorite movie.